you have to write your question and then a hypothesis.
Mm-hmm.
So our question will be, how will the Diet Coke and Coke sink or float?
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to draw a picture of that, and
Mm-hmm.
then you move on to your hypothesis. And your hypothesis has to say what you think will happen. Do you think the Diet Coke will sink,
Mm-hmm.
or the Coke will float? What do you think will happen? When you try out your experiment, and you have to use a because. Every hypothesis you write, doesn't matter if it's science writing, you have to use a because.
Okay.
And then you can't copy. You have to write your own thinking, and then you draw a picture of what your thinking was. And you have to use labels. Labels are like, you have to use pointers and say what is that thing.
Oh, okay.
And
So
then,
how did your experiment go?
okay, and then what you do is you actually have to try out your experiment and see if your hypothesis was right or wrong. And
Okay.
then you get a paper that says experiment, and it says bye, then you write your name. Then there's steps like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Mm-hmm.
7. And what you have to do is you have to, and the first one, you try out your experiment, and then in the first step you really don't teach anything. You just tell what you need. So you say you need a bucket, water, Diet Coke, and Coke. You know, those kind of stuff. And then what you do is you have to draw a picture of what you need, and then use labels again. In every science writing book, and in every teaching, in every nonfiction book, there has to be labels. It doesn't matter, realistic fiction, labels. Okay, and then you have to write and then the rest of the steps 2 to 6, you have to write what you have to do, and then you move on to your observation. In your observation, you have to write what really happened, and then you make a picture, labels, cover it, and then you move on to the conclusion. The conclusion is the part where you and your teammates or classmates, whoever, they have to write something down, what they noticed.
Oh, okay.
And then what you do is you have to write those things. You can only write notes on the paper, what you saw.
Mm-hmm.
Notes on the whiteboard or anything. And then you have to, those are just notes. You have to turn them into sentences. Okay? And then you have to flip your paper over. You still have to write conclusions, still draw a picture. And you have to say if your conclusion was right or wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, my hypothesis was right. My hypothesis was wrong. Thank you for watching.